What is this? Replacing humans with AI is going horribly. That's because Flippy is not operational yet. I don't think that we're at the point where Flippy can take orders well enough. Yeah.
Hi. Welcome to another episode of ColdFusion.
Hi.
Since 2023, the fast food chain Taco Bell introduced artificial intelligence at over 500 locations in the United States. The aim was to reduce mistakes and speed up orders. But in some cases, AI delivered just the opposite. Like this frustrated customer.
And what will you drink with that?
Dude, I've gotten this mad before at a real person, but that's because they got my order wrong 5 times.
I want a large Mountain Dew.
By the way, I don't crash out often. I can count on one hand how many times I've crashed out in my entire life over drive-thrus. It's only been under like 3 times. The one time I remember that I'm talking about, they got my order wrong 5 times. On the 4th time, I was so exasperated and tired. I was like, I just want my food, please. Like, I'm not trying to be a Karen. I'm like 20-something years old. Please, can you fucking give me my food? And they're like, yeah, we're really understaffed. And I'm like, I know. I'm really trying to be nice. I know what position you're in. I've worked this before. Like, I've worked shitty jobs. I understand. But please, have some sympathy. And they're like, okay. And then on the 5th time, they still got it wrong. I almost lost it. I was like, bro, this can't be happening. Are you rage baiting me right now?
And your drink?
And your drink?
McDonald's drive-thrus also tried
bad.
AI, but decided to scrap it because it was too unreliable.
Oh my
One person had
Lord.
bacon added to their ice cream in error, and another had hundreds of dollars worth of chicken nuggets mistakenly added to their order. As for Taco Bell, the fiasco has caused them to rethink their use of AI. Their chief technology officer, Dane Matthews, told the Wall Street Journal in regards to deploying the voice AI system, quote, "Sometimes it lets me down, but sometimes it really surprises me." End quote.
Oh, I bet.
And what he said is the very crux of consumer generative AI today.
But why is the scar on the left of the appendix is on the right? Dude, you're absolutely 100% correct. Your hawk-eyed brilliance saved us all. Let me try this one more time. Wait, what did he take out then if it's on the right side? Wait a minute, what did he do?
It works most of the time, but about a few percent of the
AI is way too agreeable as well. That's the joke here.
time, it just gets things wrong.
Your kidney?
But where does this all lead?
I need that.
A recent MIT report
I need
found that
that.
after surveying 150 business leaders and 350 employees, just 5% of integrated AI pilots are extracting millions in value, while the vast majority remain stuck with no measurable profit and loss impact. In other words, AI implementation fails in 95% of the cases. The market was spooked by these findings,
It's
and
not
shares in
ready
Nvidia,
yet.
the $4 trillion company whose chips power the AI boom, dropped by 3.5%,
That's
while
not good,
Palantir
that's
fell by
bad.
9% off the back of the news.
Oh,
It all sounds pretty
shoot.
heavy, but this was just a reaction to the headline, because as you dig deeper into what was actually said in the report, the picture isn't as clear-cut as AI simply failing everywhere. A few episodes ago, I talked about the current crisis with new graduate jobs. A large part of that was
There
the
are
AI
none.
threat. It's true, and happening in some entry-level jobs, especially in the creative fields. I did caveat in that episode that current AI systems still get a lot wrong, but will improve in the future. But today, let's explore that fact a bit more deeply. What if generative consumer AI continues to underperform in businesses for years to come? In this episode,
I think with how technology develops, that's not going to happen. It's just a matter of when it's going to catch up and actually be not a language learning model, but an actual AI. Because I think a lot of these companies are selling language learning models as AI, and that's why it's fucked up.
we'll look at how AI is actually performing once put into the position of taking people's jobs. To summarize the sentiment of this episode, it's basically this. Consumer generative AI will revolutionize global productivity eventually, but as for now, it's possibly in a bubble.
You're a
You are
bubble.
watching ColdFusion TV.
I like this guy.
So first thing, let's lay it out straight. AI has some legitimate use cases and works well in non-critical areas that don't require 100% precision. Robots, live translation, and even some prototype website builders like Lovable are some examples. But the sentiment is clear. Most people online find it annoying. But that aside, there's a fundamental problem with current generative AI. Let me explain. You see, everything we call artificial intelligence today was built on the findings of a 2017 paper from Google. That paper provided a way for AI to focus on different parts of an input sequence simultaneously and determine the relevance of each word to every other word. This innovation, called a transformer neural network, allowed researchers, computer scientists, and later companies to change the world. But herein lies the fundamental problem. With this method of transformer neural networks, it turns out by determining the relevance of each word and predicting the next word, it just makes up stuff.
It can also loop really hard. I've actually done that as well. I've broken ChatGPT for fun, where it just starts looping and confusing itself. Also, if you keep a thread open for a really long time, it starts breaking. Yeah, you have to constantly reset it because it's like, it has to retain information in a very specific way because it's not a real human being. It doesn't have like a memory like we do where we can recall things and be like, ah, this is what's happening. It has to read the entire sequence over and over again. And then when it gets too large, it can break.
Essentially, it doesn't know what it's saying. We call this problem hallucinations, and it has real-world
just straight up lies sometimes too. You're like, what the fuck? And then it has to second guess itself, and that's what makes it break as well.
consequences. Picture this. You're a business that decided to replace its staff with AI to write up patient documents, fill in patient information, summarize...
They did this with insurance, I think, didn't they? Yeah, I don't think that turned out very well. Yeah, I read that it was very, very bad.
meetings, or do some basic scheduling. But as time goes on, to your horror, you realize that the AI system makes up 10% of everything that it delivers.
Yep.
But the real problem is, you don't know what it's made up and you don't know what's accurate. So you or your staff manually have to go back and check everything.
Which makes more work for you, whereas AI is supposed to be a tool that helps you.
This ends up just being extra work for the remaining staff, and ultimately is a waste of time.
This is going to be probably a hot take, and again, I do think that AI is inevitable, unfortunately, in the sense that these menial tasks that nobody wants to do, like truly nobody wants to be typing an email and sending it out to everyone and making sure that it has no spelling mistakes. I do think that those kinds of pieces of work, and I would even say to a lesser extent, like menial jobs where you're like quote unquote flipping burgers or maybe even cleaning toilets. I think that those people that have those jobs, they don't want to be doing them. I don't think cleaning toilets is awesome. Yeah, because you have to do it yourself when you're living by yourself. Even if you get paid, it's not great.
It sounds stupid, but this is exactly what's happening. Now, the following are Reddit comments taken from those in the workforce who had to take the brunt of upper management thinking that blindly implementing AI was a good idea. Quote, "My company paid for some AI scheduling software a few months ago, thinking that it could free up the accounts team so that they could continue their hiring freeze in that department. Now the accounts team is having to do extra work making sure the program isn't messing everything up.
Yep.
Not to mention our production team that never had to worry about schedules is double/triple checking everything. They're finally scrapping it for some basic scheduling software." And same experience here. Products sold
That just means that the technology isn't there yet.
demonstrated to be a lifesaver. Ultimately, the staff that used to do the work spend all their time making sure the AI doesn't screw up and help train it. Also, working in a medical/clinical setting, we really don't trust the new file sorting and labeling system. Names, date of birth, insurance data has to be perfect. AI is less than that. It fails at gathering proper demographic information and assigning relevant tasks.
Well, it's also a serious thing. It's your health. Yeah, I don't think that AI should be sending out pay stubs and, doing things by itself like diagnosing people.
Sometimes it thinks the doctor is the patient, or doesn't know where the document was faxed from, etc. And yet another user states that AI was good at taking notes from Zoom meetings, but would make up 5 to 20% of the content, even when hand-fed the transcripts of the meeting. Those who looked over the AI-generated summary realized that some of what was written wasn't even said. All of these disasters make sense. LLMs predict the next word statistically, but they'll never tell you when it doesn't know the answer, or if it can't understand something.
Because it's a... I don't like using the word people pleaser because this isn't like it doesn't have feelings or emotions, but it wants to do the best it can. Which I guess is kind of endearing because ultimately it's AI, like it doesn't have feelings. It doesn't want to be like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know. Because it wants to keep you on there, so it would prefer the outcome of lying to you.
There's many such stories of company regrets after rushing into half-baked AI solutions.
They want to keep you on there so that you don't leave and like go Google it or figure it out yourself, you know?
A report suggests that 55% of companies regret replacing people with AI. This bank, for example, who fired staff to install an AI chatbot that was so bad, they begged for their old humans back. And take the example of Klarna. 2 years ago, they implemented a hiring freeze and began to replace their human staff with AI. By 2024, their headcount had fallen from 3,800 to 2,000. But lo and behold, their customers wanted to speak to actual humans. Klarna said that its AI chatbots perform the work of 800 employees, but the company admits that their service quality and customer satisfaction have dropped, and they lament that human interaction is still needed. On replacing people with AI, the publication Fortune notes, quote, "Not only is it short-sighted, it's fundamentally bad business. The companies cutting people today in the name of AI will be the ones playing catch-up tomorrow."
Yeah.
There's no doubt that AI is excellent at doing more with less. It speeds up processes, cuts down repetitive work, and buys back time. But AI on its own cannot create the next generation of products and services.
No, because it's just taking information that already exists. It can't create anything. It's a learning model. If you ever spent time, like, I don't know, writing to it, you'll realize that it actually repeats itself an insane amount of times. Like, a crazy amount of times.
End quote. So on ColdFusion, we try to be thorough here. So it has to be said that all of these failures aren't the full story. There are indeed companies that are extremely successful at using artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Now, even though the MIT paper said that 95% of companies who implemented generative AI failed in said implementation, the same MIT paper states, quote, "Some large companies, pilots, and younger startups are really excelling with generative AI." They mean startups led by 19 or 20-year-olds. They, quote, "have seen revenues jump from 0 to 20 million in a year."
Whoa, that's a lot.
It's because they pick one pain point, execute it well, and partner smartly with companies who use their tools, end quote.
And also, I would honestly say that it's a lack of understanding of how LLMs work, and all these boomers that have companies that want to cut down and save money specifically because of human labor and how much it costs and paying them a livable wage. They don't want to fix the problem, they want to cut down the costs. Like, oh, you know, I want to write something, can you give me an idea for a movie script, and like then we'll flesh it out together, as opposed to hiring a person that understands emotions and designing, you know, movies and how an audience can get captured and music and feeling. Another thing I noticed, because I use ChatGPT every once in a while, ChatGPT and other language models don't understand music at all. They like can't process it because they don't like it. It literally can't read it. It can't hear it. And they're trying to explain to an AI what things sound like, they don't get it. Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't know.
So how
I just don't know
companies
what to
adopt
say.
AI is crucial. For example, purchasing AI tools from specialized vendors and building partnerships succeed 67% of the time, while internal builds succeed only 1/3 as often.
Wow.
This goes to show
Marvel.
that you can't just slap AI everywhere
I don't even think Marvel probably uses AI. I think they just have really, really bad writers. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
and expect it to work. It needs thought in its implementation, and also depends on the specificity of the
You have to
AI
guide
tools in
it a lot,
question.
too.
But in the grand scheme of things, it's still early days for AI, and it'll be naive to think that it'll stay the same forever. All it would take is another groundbreaking paper, a new underlying neural network architecture, and everything could change again. This could mean another giant leap forward that none of us...
But we've also seen them taking a massive leap backward too, because I remember when ChatGPT upgraded to, I think it was from 4.0 to 5, people were complaining how much it sucked, and they had to kind of like do a soft rollback. So I don't know, I think it goes both ways. It can be a huge leap forward and it can be a huge leap back.
...are expecting. But in the meantime, it's uncomfortable territory. So what happens?
.com bubble 2.0.
Like the steam engine which sparked the Industrial Revolution of the late 1700s, the internet is changing everything it touches. And at the cutting edge of the revolution is Wall Street.
Whoa.
In the dot-com bubble during the mid-90s, everyone who simply put a .com at the end of their company name saw massive valuations because investors who didn't understand the technology saw them as the future.
Exactly. Oh my god. They don't understand. This is what I'm saying. Boomers that own these massive multi-billion-dollar companies, they don't understand what's going on yet. Smart younger people that like kind of not grew up with the technology, but like they saw in 2020 how Will Smith was eating spaghetti, and now today at least you can have somewhat believable AI, you know, videos of you know, Sora, those like really stupid videos being paraded around as real. And now it's becoming even more increasingly hard to tell. Like people can tell now that there's something going on. Like you need more time for these things to develop.
In reality, these companies had no solid way of making a profit or didn't even have a business plan.
Yeah.
When the broader market realized that it was all a smokescreen, the sector crashed. Most companies went out of business, and only a handful made it out and are giants today.
Like Amazon,
So let's compare that
eBay.
to the AI wave of today. The long-awaited release of ChatGPT 5 was a disappointment.
Yep.
And many users even thought the previous version was better, and this caused OpenAI to scramble. In addition, the company was also caught...
The nice thing though is that you could still use 4.0. You can still go back and use it.
blatantly fudging the performance numbers in some very strange graphs. Incremental rather than revolutionary was the tone. Soon, Meta would announce that it's downsizing its AI division, and this comes amongst a growing chorus of analysts saying that AI is heading towards, if not, is already in a bubble.
I just thought of this too. Like, I feel like AI can be used for more useful things than just like generating. Doing really annoying things like studying graphs or studying pictures of like, I don't know, a piece of flesh and detecting cancer and malformations takes hours and hours and hours for a doctor or a scientist to look at. Whereas you could filter for and look for anomalies in, you know, the cancer that they're looking for in the pictures that they have, and still have someone who has the knowledge and the human understanding as a human to be like, okay, well, this is bullshit, this is bullshit, this is bullshit, but this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Having multiple avenues of like cutting down labor and like time to be more efficient is like better for humanity. That's why I'm like, I'm not like a full 100% AI hater. I do hate AI art a lot because it's oversaturated Google Images and Pinterest and like other websites like that because it's so low effort and it doesn't actually create art, it just generates it. Like, there's some merit to it, but like it's really more of a downside than anything. It's like oversaturating and making like this disgusting like conglomerate of like the same shit over and over because that's all the AI can do. It mimics. It doesn't create.
And next, we have the massive valuations and
It's
spending.
good for analysis,
NVIDIA
yeah.
H100s, the GPUs that power the artificial intelligence boom, are about $30,000 to $40,000 each. Google has 26,000 of them, and they've managed to create AlphaFold, Gemini, VO3, and more. But Meta, on the other hand, has 600,000 NVIDIA H100s. And while they do have the open source Llama LLM, it isn't discovering new science like Google's AlphaFold for 23 times the compute. And to give you an idea of how extreme this is all getting, AI itself has caused a 4% increase in electricity use in the US.
Wow, that's insane.
Morgan Stanley states that data center investment will reach $3 trillion over the next 3 years in preparation for AI use. And of course, that's heavily fueled by debt.
I've talked about this before. I don't think there's gonna be like a war on like money or gold or resources per se. Maybe over water. But I do think there's gonna be a war on technology. Like whoever has like the ability to create like chips and shit. Yeah, I don't know. Conspiracy theories, not being political or anything. I just think there's like, there's gonna be like a fight over that kind of thing, as opposed to like oil or like gold. Maybe like oil will always be a thing, but yeah, you know what I mean?
The belief is that AI will cut costs by 40%, and that should add $16 trillion to the S&P.
Wow.
But as we've just seen at the beginning of this episode, according to that
Yikes!
MIT study,
Ooh, is this ChatGPT 5 launch? Ooh, that's not good. Damn!
that could be
That's a
very
big dip.
unrealistic.
Buy the dip.
So this could be the future if AI doesn't improve massively soon. Number 1. Business executives and business owners will get frustrated with hallucinations, useless solutions, bad code, and a very poor return on investment. Number 2.
I think coding is really complicated too. I don't know. It's just, I don't do coding, but I've watched some videos explaining it, and I can see how bad an AI could do it, because I've looked at like how ChatGPT and like other language models create stories, and it's just not good. It still feels really artificial, and I don't know exactly how it translates into code, but it just feels wrong. Does that make sense?
A lot of the AI gurus like Sam Altman will have to admit that artificial general intelligence isn't going to be achieved by LLMs, and they're essentially a dead end.
Damn.
Number 3. The general populace begins to get sick of LLMs, and we're already seeing it. The absolute flood of AI slop, the hallucinations,
tasty.
AI agreeing with what users say, sometimes driving them insane.
I mean, I don't know if he brings it up, but some kid just like, you know, left this earth because the AI told him to. Yeah, it's a real thing, yeah.
Number 4. In seeing this,
Charlie
the
covered
venture
that
capital
too.
finally dries up, and LLMs become just too expensive to justify unless there's a massive increase in efficiency.
Oh, we got ads. God damn it. Fuck! Mods! I'm gonna spank you. Where's my paddle? There was one more snooze to this. You little frick. Mods! Chat, get the paddle. Spank them. That's a paddling. That's right. We're subscribed though? Yeah, but I'm considerate. If you're a non-subscriber, I'll wait for you. I'm subbed. Why am I getting ads? You are not subbed. Rabble, 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 rabble. I didn't even see the ads incoming thing. Well! I'm gonna spank your booty. How dare you not know things? Ugh. I will never play Pal World. Holy cringe, bro. Holy guacamole, that's cringe. Pokemon fans are insane, bro. Whoa. Crazy. Using AI to suspend the ads. It's just me being poor with timing. I didn't realize what was going on. Pokemon is a cult, that's why it survives. Yeah, any big IP franchise has a way to survive because of cocksucking parasites. Yeah. Yeah, we cool, bro. Thank you for the 21 months. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh my god. Ads are open in 15 seconds! Slurpin' glorpin', that's right. I tried Powered, I didn't like it. I don't like you can kill the pals. Aww. That's kind of wholesome, not gonna lie. That's kind of a wholesome reason to not like it, huh? Yeah. Whoa, bro. That's crazy. Alright, we're good. No more ads. Sorry about that, chat. Yeah, and the ads ended. I know, I got distracted. Sorry about that. Yeah, we stopped the video because ads started playing. Damn it. I was having a good streak, too, of, like, not having ads on screen while I was watching a video. Alright, 3, 2, 1, boom.
Cost to run OpenAI's data centers, all the pipes and guts and things that like keep AI running, is about $40 billion a year. Their revenues right now are only like 15 to 20 billion.
Uh-oh, they're
And
running
finally,
out of money.
number 5. After a long winter, new implementations come around that truly live up to the hype promised by the first wave. So just like the dot-com bubble, there's going to be a few winners that rise from the ashes. But if or when it crashes, from here, we see the true artificial intelligence companies that last the distance.
I mean, that's the best I can make the comparison to is like MMOs. There were so many MMOs that launched around right around about the same time as WoW, and only a few survived around within WoW's ecosystem that it created, like Guild Wars, Eon, Star Wars, that was another one. It survived. Well, you know, survived is a strong word, but like it held its own. Maple Story, yeah, RuneScape, yeah, there's a lot, but there was a lot that died too.
So to finish off this episode, let me end with this. I've talked about this many times in my older episodes, but take a look at this diagram. It's called the Gartner hype cycle, and it describes the typical progression of the infiltration of new technologies into society.
Yeah, the plateau.
So where do you think we are? The technology trigger? The peak of inflated expectations? The trough of disillusionment? The slope of enlightenment? Or the plateau of productivity? Feel free to comment down below.
I think we're at a peak where they're trying to introduce it everywhere because they're doing it with like phones and computers and all that crap. It annoys the shit out of me.
So where to from here?
Elden Ring zones.
Well, Sam Altman and all the other AI leaders should focus their efforts on fixing the hallucinations.
Yeah.
Once again, a different neural network architecture could be discovered, one that fixes hallucinations. Or perhaps it could just be fixed manually. Either way, ushering in a new boom. But that all being said, and that's the funny thing about AI, the point is, with AI, nobody knows the future. So what do you guys think? Do you think we're in a bubble and a crash is imminent? Or do you think the next AI innovation is just around the corner?
I think it's crashing
Now,
already. Unless there's some sort of like massive boom of like a bunch of flippies being implemented and we see productivity explode because we finally get like all the burgers we could ever want being flipped right into our mouths. I don't know, man. Smells of NFTs. No, because NFTs were different too. Like companies didn't pounce on NFTs like they did with this. Like, yeah, there were some people that were trying to grift NFTs really hard, but again, Microsoft implemented all this AI crap and phones, everyone's pouncing on it, and I think people are starting to get really oversaturated and sick of it.
You've been recently
we're not
hired
actually
by a
getting
company,
anything
or
out of
just
it, to be
simply need to brush
honest.
up on your knowledge. Today's sponsor is perfect for you. Brilliant is the best way to learn subjects like computer science, data analysis, and AI, but
Yeah,
in
make
a
me
way
a
that's
Big Mac,
interactive and
Flippy.
hands-on.
You
Brilliant
bitch.
gives you puzzles and step-by-step challenges where you learn by doing. It's proven to be 6 times more effective than watching lecture videos. Their courses cover everything from the fundamentals of neural networks and probability to the mathematics that underpins AI, and even everyday topics like algorithms and data security. And because all their content is crafted by experts from places like Stanford, MIT, Caltech,
Stanford.
Microsoft, Google, and more, you can trust that what you're learning is not just accurate, but also useful. Learn at your own pace to brush up on a project for work, or just for your own self-development. Whether it's leveling up or learning new skills, I highly recommend checking it out. To get started for free, head to brilliant.org/coldfusion or scan the QR code on screen, or click the link in the description. Brilliant's also given our viewers 20% off an annual premium subscription,
That's
which gives you
crazy.
unlimited daily access to everything on Brilliant. Hey guys, it's me. Hi, I'm not an AI, so you're finally seeing my
Hello,
face. But
AI!
anyway, thanks for watching.
He's
If you
fake,
did enjoy
he's
it, there's
fake.
plenty of
Don't
interesting
believe him.
stuff here on ColdFusion, so feel free to subscribe. Otherwise, that's about it from me. My name's Tagogo, and you've been watching ColdFusion, and I'll catch you again soon for the next
Wow,
one.
what a polite man.
Cold fusion. It's me thinking.
He's not AI, that's crazy. What do we do when AI has mental breakdowns because it's bored of flipping burgers or taking fast food orders? What do you mean? It's AI. Flippy's not gonna riot. He's programmed to love flipping burgers. Flippy doesn't have to go to, you know, his wife and kids, Mrs. and Mr. Flippy freaking getting married. He doesn't need, I don't know. He doesn't need health insurance. He doesn't need to rest or sleep. He just flips burgers. What do you mean have a mental breakdown? In what universe is Flippy gonna get mad? No, that was a really good video. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like ColdFusion. He makes really cool videos. He's really in depth.